Back to the GR3s this week at Grand Valley. Slightly different video to the wheel-to-wheel hot lap. Give you guys a little bit more detail. But this stunning livery again by Adam. And this track is quite picturesque. So this is around qualifying time. And let's hop on board with the McLaren. Brake bias is neutral at the moment. I feel like it's kind of even wear. But holding 5th coming up this hill. If you go on the 6th, you'll start to lose speed. Race time, again, if you can still maintain good speed, good chance to save fuel. Go on the 6, you might lose a few Ks, maybe a tenth or two here, but the fuel gained might outweigh it. So just, yeah, be aware of that. If you're revving it fully out in 5th, you will use obviously more fuel. So get tucked in, 300 meter board here, start to apply the brakes. Get tucked in. You feel if you get your wheel kind of on the edge here of these kind of these bent corners, kind of almost tucks you around. The camber helps as well. Just don't get too greedy here. The curb coming up there on your right, if you hit that, obviously unsettle the car and send you firing into that bridge to the left. I think we're all over bridge railings after Tokyo. So yeah, changing gears at the end of the rev indicator. Yeah, tuck left here, staying left, using the bridge here as your turning indicator. Keeping that flow down the hill. About 350 is the braking zone here, braking hard in a straight line. You can tuck it in early here and use this camber to help keep that speed up, but also help the rotation. Yep, full throttle out. Getting tucked over to the right here, about the 100 meter board, starting to curve the car in here, and yeah, 20, 30, 40% brake. If you're going into think 2 more, you'll start to understeer out into that dirt there, and you'll ruin the whole next sector. So just build your confidence for this corner. I didn't realise initially that you could go so deep into it on the throttle, but definitely a confidence corner. Once you get it, you guys will be fine. So that, yeah, so 50% brake. Once you know you're not going to go too wide or anything, getting it tucked in, you can, again, white lines on the edge of the track are the track limits, not the painted line, not the concrete looking stuff there, just to avoid confusion. So you can cut these a little bit. Probably wouldn't recommend doing it in the race. There is a chance of, unsettling the car. But yeah, practice maybe your quali lap or your fast laps. You can just cut them just a little bit. And with that one, you can cut a little bit more. Drifting out to the left here, about the middle of this straight. So basically, once your car gets out to the left there by natural speed and physics, getting tucked in, easing onto the brakes, getting tucked in here, keeping it more central. Doesn't really matter if you're on the left, it just makes this left hand a bit tighter, but try and stay a bit central. Get on the throttle here, you can upshift a second early if you need to, but if you're trying to do that quali lap, get that good drive out of the corner. 100 meter board, if not just before. Getting it tucked in. This is an off-camber corner, so you may get a little bit of slide out there. It's okay. It's where the gearing comes in. Down to first, crack second, those type of tricks. Keeping that flow up. No aggressive maneuvers here. It's all about the flow. Crack up in the 3rd. Watch out for that stick out the fence down the wall. And yeah, low 109s for that previous sector is kind of what I'm looking at the moment for top times again earlier on in the week. But I think I'm getting quite on, only a few tenths here and there that I may be able to pick up. 100 meter board. Harden the brakes initially, then start to bleed off. Just trailing it in. Using that gear to rotate here. If you just be very cautious on the throttle here. You don't want to go 100% when you're in such a great lock, because there is the risk of spinning out. Curb on the right there. If you start to touch it, it can suck you around the corner. Take that as you will. But also it can just make the car then over rotate 360, and then it's a very tricky spot, especially if you're in a crowd. Would take you a while to get the car turned around, so just be careful. And then probably the next tricky part of the track, um, again, these curbs here. So you feel like you can kind of cut them. Don't. Big penalty zones. Um, yeah, so I'm probably on the edge here, uh, making sure I keep my tyres, the right set of tyres, and then the next one, little kink, the left set of tyres inside that white line. Depending, I think it's like 1.5, 2 second penalties here for cutting each one. Um, so yeah, just focus on not getting the penalty and then getting good drive. Second gear in the McLaren is good traction. And that's effectively your lap. Don't get the wall like I did. Full throttle, stay wide, no drastic movements here. And just holding that fifth gear can maximise that straight. And yeah, some may say maybe on your quality lap, if you're on your last lap or you're trying to go, alright, this is my final lap, keep to the far left there after you come out of the tunnel to minimise track distance. Yeah, but yeah, you'll kind of want to be back out here to approach turn one to obviously make that braking zone a straight line and a lot easier on the car and the tyres. But yeah, there's a lap, 46.8. I'll do the usual, wind it back, and let you guys watch a lap without me jibber jabbing away. So I think we went too far, but yeah. Good luck.